Y'all haven't put makeup on it forever.
Look, I don't wear it either.
It's hot.
Oh, hello. Sorry we're late.
Oh.
This is Kresha. And we would not even be able to do any of this if it weren't for my daughter Aubrey here. She's the brains and the looks. So, never done this before. We're both very nervous. She's especially nervous, so
very nervous.
She's gonna start and tell y'all a little bit about herself, how she's related to the Vallows, and then I have some questions people sent. So I'm just gonna let her go. Now I'm gonna sit here and
you clear the next 24 hours then.
Yeah, and y'all can. I actually found out that you can do this for 12 hours, but we probably won't. But I'm gonna let it go for at least an hour, because I have a feeling people are gonna start
getting bored. No.
Oh, they might. So.
Well,
go ahead,
okay.
girl.
I'm Kresha K. Easton. I have two, I guess, last names right off from birth, I guess, or from where I can remember. I was born Kresha K. Easton. My mom is K. Vallow Woodcock. She had gotten pregnant at a young age, and her and my father, never did marry. My dad is Gerald Easton. Good guy, good girl, just not good for each other for being so young. So that is why I have Kresha K. Easton. And then my stepdad, Dennis Trahan, we met him, I guess, when I was 18 months old. And I thought he had adopted me, but kind of like the Colby thing,
Yes.
They did change my name, though. So
I didn't think he was really adopted.
They did legally, or I don't even know if it was legal, but anyways.
It's your name.
I just know that I grew up knowing myself as Kresha Trahan. I came to find out later on when my parents divorced that I was age 11, so Todd was 8 years younger than that. That, I had a real dad, and so that was a big thing to come to terms with, just not even really knowing who my dad was, or real dad was. So,
You got 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I've got lots of dads. But that's okay. I love them all. I call them seasons, I had this season, this dad, and this season, that dad.
What's Larry?
Larry is my final season. Okay. He better not go anywhere
because
because I love
him. Gosh.
I do. I just adore him. He's just been a blessing for us all. I don't know where to start. I have 2 children, biological children. I have Zachary McFarland. He is 20. He'll be 21 January 1st. And then I have a daughter named Ashlynn Goodwin. She is 14, and she's taller than me already. And she just is a beautiful soul. That's why. I mean, apple juice.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's a very motivated, ambitious individual, and
like Aubrey. They're the total opposite of us. It's like I'm not going to be like my mom, whatever I do.
Good, then good. I'll help you along the way. And then I have 3 bonus children. When I marry Jason, I have 3 bonus babies, and this is one of the telltale signs. I kind of have to go back a little bit to kind of describe how this happened, but my Papa Vallow, his name is Leland Vallow, and he died, I want to say 2008, don't hold me to it, 2009, and I was the last person to be with him before he died. My mom was sawing logs on the couch in the ER. I mean, in the hospital room.
Wow.
And he was a very devout Catholic man. I mean, he even shook hands with Pope John Paul II. He would travel to Rome to learn more about.
Did he get to go to the Vatican?
Yes.
Like the documents and stuff.
Yeah,
if I ever get in there, you're going to have to come find me because
he had told me he had read the Bible 3 times by the time he was 8.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hey, Facebook.
And it looks like there might even be questions, but I would have to turn my head. So if you want to put questions on YouTube, weird. She is taking them.
So I had been married and divorced twice before, and I didn't get married Catholic, mainly because of the cost, I have to say. So I got married Methodist with my first marriage. I didn't really think about it, I was just, I want to get married. I was 20 years old. I was going to do it,
Sounded like a good idea.
Yeah. Get married, they said. It'll be fun, they said. You just have to marry the right one.
Yeah.
That's the key. But so my grandfather never did attend my weddings, either one. And
because they were Catholic.
But it was out of respect.
I know somebody else that went through that.
Others, I respect everybody's views and whatever. He didn't lash out at me or, call me bad names or anything. But
and Charles was named after your papa, right?
He's Leland Charles Anthony Vallow.
Okay. I knew there was another name in there. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't find that out until I was loading up. For Uncle Charles's memorial service that we had to throw together. Thank God I had everything I needed.
Wait, I think I did hear that because she wouldn't let JJ come.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, that's kind of one of those weird things. It was weird. It was a very weird. I have it recorded. But anyways. So I had promised my papa on his deathbed, basically, that I was going to find a good Catholic man and make him proud of me, Well, first I found out that God, he has a sense of humor. Because, it took me 10 years to find Jason. And he's a very seasoned guy. I'm going to just say seasoned. Because he's lived life and losses and things like that. And
like you.
Right. So he's amazing. But when I found out his son's name, which is my bonus son, Leland is his first name.
Oh my gosh.
Anthony is his middle name.
Way.
Yes. So I was like, okay, Papa, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. This is a sign from you that this is good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And there's been many signs along the way,
Is he the 4-year-old or?
He just turned 11, September 13th. And Tay she just turned 8, September 13th. They have the same birthday.
I thought there was a 4-year-old in
And
there.
then I have Silas.
Oh, okay.
He's 4. Oh my God, he's 4.
I love that name.
He is very busy. He's a very busy kid. So 5 altogether, it's a lot of kids. It's a lot of...
That's a lot to take care of, and a lot of boys. Is it just 2 girls and...
Good. I'm okay with that. I love girls.
Always my only girl,
good,
thank God, because I don't know if I could have made it.
You can take them in stride.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get what my mom was always saying. But anyway, so my mom is a Vallow, and her brother is Charles, whatever.
They have
Charles Vallow, and so there's
crazy.
There were 7 siblings. Or 6, 5 now. My Aunt Terry or Teresa. And then, I don't know if I'm going to do them in order, but let's say Aunt Susan. Susan Vallow. And then there was Charles or Jerry. I'm not sure which one's which, what order they came in, but Charles.
He's not the baby.
Jerry. And then my mom. And then after my mom was born, my Aunt Nancy was born, but she only lived to be 18 months old. She died of pneumonia on Christmas Eve. So,
oh my gosh.
And then my Uncle Bobby, he's the biggest guy ever, y'all, and he's the baby. I'm like,
oh really?
Good God.
How funny. I would have thought Charles was the baby. I don't know why.
No.
Wow.
So,
he's a big brother.
I mean, they come from a big Catholic family, a normal childhood, kind of, until, my grandmother did, I call her Nani. I didn't make the name. My cousin Daniel did. But, we called her Nani. She had an extramarital affair and, kind of just left the kids. So, But I mean, she was still around. You know, it just was a very bitter relationship. After they severed ties. So, anyways, my papa went on to marry my mama Mary. I have lots of mamas and papas too.
You're not kidding.
That's like the extended.
Christmas must have been fun.
It's amazing. It still is.
I still
have some grandmas left, you know. But no, I have a morbid sense of humor, y'all. So you have to with this going on. Thank God I already had a morbid sense of humor because if not, it'd have gotten dark. But so I mean, we just are a normal whatever family, not very all together all the time or anything like that, but we'd always meet up for family reunions and Christmases and, you know, holidays and stuff. So there's that. And then where do I go from here?
Well, how this all started with y'all, like, you know, I mean, honestly, if your mother had never, ever done a welfare check, they would have gotten away with all these murders. Somebody said that to me yesterday, and I was like, you're so right, because I think they even murdered Joseph. I really do.
I do, too. I need somebody,
it's just
professional to sit there and read the autopsies to me and be like,
We'll go to PE, the Profiling Evil. They put a doctor on there, and she actually goes through every person that's deceased from these two crazy people.
I think I just, you know, you kind of have to tie it together and layman's term it for me and be like, I just don't think that many, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't
anymore.
If they exist or not, I'm sure, maybe, you know, whatever. But that many deaths surrounding one girl, one chick,
woman,
one woman or whatever.
Like a lot of people don't know that Charles, your mom, was helping him move. Yes. It's the last time.
Yeah, I mean, he finally decided to, you know, I really didn't know what was going on, y'all. I'm not one to interject into people's lives, you know. I mean, I could tell, I could sense something was going on. Me and Jason, definitely, we were working kind of up at the office a little bit, my mom's office, in charge of the fleet maintenance and stuff. And I mean, so we were busy with our kids and work, and you know, mom was just kind of in the background doing her thing. And I just had noticed that Uncle Charles started coming to Lake Charles a lot with JJ alone. You know, it was just those two. And I mean,
I didn't know that.
I was glad, you know, either way, you know, I got to see him. I was seeing him more. And that's whenever, you know, my brother actually got to have that photo op with JJ.
I hadn't seen that. I didn't know about that.
Oh, God.
Holy crap.
It was a very beautiful moment.
Oh.
You know, I hurt for my little brother.
She's like a mama to her little brother, she told me. And
how Tylee was with JJ is how I am with my brother.
She sure was.
So I can relate with, have a strong connection with Tylee. You know, my brother always came to me with issues or whatever. Anytime he still does. And I still want him to. Today's his birthday. So happy birthday, Todd.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday.
Love you, dude. You're worth it.
How old is he today?
8 years younger than me. I'm 42. Yeah. 35?
30-something. Oh gosh, he's a spring chicken.
Wait, he might be 36. He was born in 86, so whatever that is.
Dang.
What is it, Aubrey?
I was about to graduate. Do the math over there.
You know, I was almost 8 years old when Todd was born. And that was like, I was an only child. So, and I have a very, very huge imagination. So I was pretty good at entertaining myself. But once that baby came, I mean, there's pictures of him in bonnets and tutus. And I mean, I used to take cardboard boxes and glue cups to the front for headlights and just mow him around the house. You know, he was fun. We had fun.
You were a cool mom. It's like you were his little mom.
He was like my little live baby doll. Poor thing. So, but anyways, you know, JJ he was born as Canaan Todd Trahan. I was supposed to be his godmother. You know, however he came about, I'm grateful for, I'm thankful for, because we wouldn't have had such little time with him. But it was it's big, and it's still big. Like, the impact of his little life is, it's beyond words. I have a hard time with words these days, but there are no words to explain it. My brother did tell me about a week ago. He's had a hard time opening up about it.
I bet.
And he said, Kresh, he said, I really think JJ is a prophet, and I was like, I have to kind of agree with you. And
so y'all call him JJ too? I guess
we
so.
do now. I mean, no, for a long time, I was
yeah.
like, Kanan, JJ, Kanan. I mean, I didn't really see him that much, so it's not like I was one-on-one with him every day, calling him Kanan, JJ.
Well, when your mom had him, he was Kanan the whole time, right?
Yes.
Why did they change that? That's so...
I mean, I guess it's normal too, in an adoption. Oh. It was, my uncle loves Todd, loves him. The last conversation I had with my Uncle Charles, it's pretty special. And anyways, I was cleaning one of my mom's fleet vehicles or whatever, and I had cleaned the inside already. No, I cleaned the outside already. And so JJ and my little one Silas, they were just like running around crazy, and I kept having to lock the door. I felt bad, but I kept having to lock the door so they wouldn't come ransack and put their face all on my newly cleaned windows, okay? No. So, and I just noticed my Uncle Charles sitting, I'd kind of pulled up in the bay, so it's a big shop, and I had pulled up in the bay and turned it off, so you don't have to have carbonation.
Carbon.
Yeah. Anyways, don't do that.
Whatever it is.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide. Okay.
Need all the brain cells we can get around here.
No joke.
But I glanced over at my Uncle Charles, and he was dealing, with JJ. I really don't even know. It wasn't a meltdown or nothing like that, but he was just talking to him, and he was very engaging with JJ. Like, he would, and get down to his level and just eye to eye.
I could see him being that sweet.
And I just took that in and was like, wow. And my mom and Charles and everybody, they have a stepbrother, Billy. My mom Mary's son from her previous marriage. There's also 7 kids she has. So yeah, we were a brood. But Billy has Down syndrome, and he's a little bit. He's 49. So the few words that he does know, my papa taught him. My papa was very good with Billy.
He had such a big heart,
so I saw that in my uncle, and so he had kind of was looking in his phone, and I just kind of leaned back, and I was like, I don't know if this will, how this. Anyways, I just need to tell you, I was like, I just really admire, you're a lot like Papa, his dad, as far as like
that's
your
his
demeanor.
Dad.
My Papa. Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking. Okay.
There's room for all of us here. This is a lot to take in. Can you imagine if we had to come out, all of us, when this story broke? It would have diverted the attention away from the kids.
Yeah.
It was all about finding those kids. So we kind of stood back. We had to stand back, and it was hard. It was hard because I just wanted to scream from the rooftops, and I was Googling how to deal with wildlife and stuff, and what's that part over there where they
Yellowstone.
I was like, because I was about to get on. I was ready to go.
I thought they had maybe pushed them into the part, or at least Tylee, that they say that you can't even sue somebody for murder because it's in between 3 different states.
Yeah, I've
learned what I'm talking about?
And that needs to be closed up.
I learned that too.
I am going to use my voice and my power to close that. That shouldn't exist.
I'll hook you up with the other
and
one
she's
person
so
trying
dumb.
to do
Why
that.
did she
He's
not use that?
I know.
Just saying. They're not so smart there, smarty pants.
They do have cameras out there, but you still can't prove it.
Not in your damn backyard. Just saying. Maybe the raccoon's over there. I don't know.
I know.
Damn raccoon.
I looked it up. No, it's a big Indian thing.
It's
like
if
there really was one there.
The Geico commercial, we're like, no, man, you eat it. No, you eat it. I'm not going to eat that. It's hilarious. But you have to find humor in this or you will go insane.
Yeah, especially the raccoon. They got to stop talking about that shit.
just all of it, y'all. Like, just explaining to people, like, when my parents were away, you know, I feel so much from my Uncle Charles and how people did treat him, because you sound effing crazy when you're trying to explain this story. You know, the cult mom, and if they haven't heard, you're like, oh God, you know, 144,000 souls, and I mean, I didn't know this was not in my vocabulary at all. I'd never.
Me either.
Who is Moroni?
If he had not changed to LDS, he wouldn't have known either.
Right.
And he acted like it was just, look, she's just calling me this, you know.
And he
freaking
liked
out.
Alma. I read some stuff. He was really into Alma. Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Me neither. I know Moroni is Moroni.
I call him
from Nora Jasmine. I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't be playing with the God. I don't know. I just know. I pray.
It's macaroni.
I believe in my God. And my God doesn't do crazy
Anything
shit.
they said was real is not. So I can't go with it.
It's like they just took. The worst word I could even come up with, and it's an insult, really, because I'm a nerd. I'm just like, this is just. He's a nerd. He is a freaking nerd. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand where this doctrine or lack thereof comes from.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, he was a writer, and I hope to think that maybe his imagination was all in his doctrine, because it's not in his books.
He's got a great imagination. Yeah. His mom wrote all this stuff, so, yeah.
I listened, though, for the lady that reads them. On YouTube, so you
I
don't
love
have
her.
to.
Yes, Chad's books. Oh, I love her. I love her.
And Melanie's too. Melanie G.
Somebody told me Chad wrote it. I'm like,
yeah.
Did he? He wrote the preface for sure, but I wonder if he writes some of those books.
I wonder if he had Tammy write them. I mean, as far as much as he really didn't do anything.
Do you think Tammy really believed his shit anymore?
No.
I don't either.
I really
because
don't.
She didn't go to his stuff with him or nothing.
Just that text that he sent the day of the pings. The ping.
Yeah.
When Alex was pinged there, and then he just overtly... When you do wrong, you don't sit there and go, well, I did this because I did that.
Yeah.
You can just say... Later on, when you see her, just like, oh yeah,
exactly.
Killed that daytime raccoon and shot it.
That's what's buried in your pet cemetery. Yeah. Don't go looking to see what it is.
We need to put a marker on it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't understand.
It's duck, duck, goose, raccoon. Yeah. But there's no raccoon.
I just don't get it. And I pray for their kids.
Well, and Jason Smith. Sorry. I told you I'd call you Jason. Joseph Smith said, do not even kill animals. But,
I don't care
whatever.
I mean,
that was not a good Mormon.
I'm just saying, everybody's entitled, is entitled to their own opinions, their own religions, whatever. Just stay out of my lane. I'll stay out of yours. I won't knock you if you don't knock me.
I'd rather you kill raccoons. Use them for your freaking cults. I mean, damn.
But I heard that there was a sacrificial thing they had done in a church. I want to say Ian was involved. I'm not sure. Allegedly.
I heard that
I have to
too.
allegedly say allegedly a lot.
Yeah, don't come after us. You don't know where we are, though.
Sue me, please.
Yeah.
Please.
But Ian's
got everything else.
Ian's in boat. He's straddling that fence, him. And he looks like he just wants the hell out of this.
I don't know if he's stuck between a rock and a hard place or Satan and Hell's Gate. I don't know. Satan's spawn. I have no idea. I mean, I'm sitting here even wonder. I'm like, I wonder if that's Chad's child. Is she even pregnant? Did she even have the baby?
Yeah.
And why do I care?
Are they going to say she miscarried and used it for a cult? God forgive me. I mean, they do have to have sacrifices.
It kind of makes you think, I mean, when first coming into this, I was like, what?
Well, look up the moon on the night that Tylee was... I heard that the moon had so much to do with them bringing parts of her back to Chad's land and putting it on his land particularly. Because why would you bring that back? You would not want to have that there, would you? No. So it's all cultish.
Apparently.
Let's bury them and they didn't even bury both of them in the pet cemetery, so why not?
Well, at least, I mean...
That's weird.
I know that when you hunt, because I like to go hunting, not people, and or zombies. I'm a zombie lover. My mom's a zombie. My nephew was
We're
a
not
zombie.
going to kill her, though.
I think I'm going to be a zombie for Halloween.
Ugh.
I think.
That would be good. Just don't kill us. It's not funny.
I wonder if I'm going to be a hybrid zombie, though, or like a slow. I don't like the slow ones. They get on my nerves. No, the fast ones, they're scary.
Chad and Lori should have known that zombies try to eat brains. They're not just climbing on the counters and shit.
Zombies are
she just
made
made
up
excuses,
thing,
so,
right?
Yeah. They're not real.
They are in my world. They are. And they're
Now
dead.
they are.
And they're dead.
Yeah.
And I say that like that because I'm sarcastic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have to make light of this sometimes because we can't believe how bizarre it is, and it's almost like you don't know how to deal with the shit.
That and like just being at home, while my parents were in Idaho, and once Alex died, I still fussed my mom. I was like, why, y'all need security or something, Yeah. And she's like, why? Their hitman's dead. And I was like, but what about the other 5011 we don't know about, that are,
I heard there was like 20,000 followers.
Well, there should be 144,
in Avowal
right?
only. Yeah. And somebody said earlier that's not to do with Mormons, but it is.
But
also,
I think it's kind of like
Revelations,
the thing where
they think they're the tribes. I
feel like since the and they don't like being called Mormons. I don't know why, so I'm sorry. I just the Mormon religion, LSD. I mean LDS.
LSD.
I'm sorry.
They act like they're on LSD, but yeah.
Pun intended.
My daughter's like, oh my god.
Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, neighbors.
Our little cheeks are pink.
I just used the Lori quote. Sorry, neighbors.
Oh, now that still makes me angry. I can't
take
watch that shit. I know. I'm like, this is not funny. I know. I'm like, the cops ought to see how not funny this is, and that she thinks it's hi neighbors.
She was trying not to smile. She was like, just like, I can't believe I'm getting away with this. Like
I bet Tylee wanted to scream from the top of her lungs. My mom is a freaking murderer.
That, and then I also wonder if she was also just being a normal. She's
probably used to it.
Like with me, I'm oblivious to what's going on around me until now. Now I'm like,
now you're checking everything out. Exactly.
Why is that car going slow?
Yep.
And I mean, it just makes you think. Like, what if there's a contract out? I don't have any insurance policy, so
nobody has.
You don't have to just give me back to the earth. And I'm a Taurus anyway, so Tammy's birthday is the day after mine.
No way. I see the numbers in this
May 3rd, May
crazy.
4th. Yeah, she's a Taurus, so
wow.
I know. I mean, I can relate with her nature, and I just feel like she knew. I feel like she knew just in the way she answered. Good for you. It was like a sarcastic undertone, and I don't know her. I don't know her.
I never
Allegedly,
heard response.
Just
That's
my
what
opinion.
she wrote? That's what she wrote back?
Yeah. Good for you.
I don't think I ever heard that. That's funny.
I mean, that's...
Good for you. Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah. Good
I'm
for
looking at you and your girlfriend shit right now.
Right.
Until tomorrow, you go.
And then that was not a paintball gun, y'all. That was not. That was misfires on Alex's gun. I don't know that for sure. But, I mean, come on. Be around guns and But, I mean, that's called Shit Shot McGee right there. Thank you. Brandon thanks you. God.
And when he sent her off to his parents, I thought that he probably cut the brakes or something, and it just didn't work because God is not going to let him be a prophet, because he ain't no prophet.
Because it's not that easy to just force people out of their bodies.
So I don't know, but okay. So now I know. Did Charles have full custody of JJ?
There was no. They were not divorced, so therefore there was no custody agreement. My Uncle Charles was very disturbed by the fact that 58 days she had not contacted JJ. She had not wished him dead or wished him well,
Was she in Hawaii at this time? Nobody really knows where she was. Oh, you do?
I mean, now we all know that she was in Hawaii, and I think Melanie was with her too, but at the end of April, she never did mention Melanie. I don't know if she was just,
was Tylee with her?
10 at the beach or something.
Where the heck was Tylee?
Tylee was with her.
Okay.
And because that's when Tylee said, you look like a drug dealer, Mom, with all her burner phones.
Yeah. I did not hear
she
that.
Had like 3 phones.
That's funny.
So
they are for drug dealers. So
drug dealers and cult leaders.
And people that cheat with cult leaders.
Red rum.
Yes.
Sorry.
Red rum.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is just the weirdest crap one can deal with. And I mean, it's not done. That's just it. It's like a wound, and she just continues to throw salt in it. I did have to come to the conclusion that I'm not going to let.
I didn't know that, Diane. That's cool.
I'm not going to let Lori dictate, me having closure in this. I never expect an apology from her. I don't want one. I don't want an apology from her. I don't care if
I don't think she'd even try.
Exactly.
She does not feel like she's done anything
I feel
wrong.
sorry for her, and I actually do pray for her soul, y'all. So I do pray so my family does. We all pray for her soul. We pray for her to find God.
The real one.
And my God. And to repent, before it's too late.
Well, I hope she repents, but I still want her to go to hell.
Well, I don't have any control over that. You got the keys or what? Because I'm about to jet out of here if you do.
No, but
I mean, I don't care. She's in her own hell, or she will be, and that is something that my Uncle Charles did mention to my uncle and my aunt when he was like, if anything happens to me, it's Alex and Lori, yada yada yada, and he just said, I worry about her because when she comes down from this, it's going to be a hard reality for her. And I mean, I get it. She's so sick or whatever. I don't say the C-R-A-Z-Y word because
I'm a little bit of that. Why hasn't she come down yet? Because I'm like, here she is. She says the prophet says don't watch social stuff, but she should know enough by now. Her children were found dead, cut up in her husband's
because she
yard.
Did that. They were never missing because she missed them. She misplaced them.
When is she going to actually come down and go, oh my God, I see what I've done
That's what my uncle was worried about.
Chad doesn't even want me in his life or court.
No, I don't think she wants him. Really. I mean, everything's a pawn to her.
Well, exactly. So she's wanting him right now for what she can get him for.
And I think he already carried it out for her.
Exactly.
So she's, I think, done with him. Now she's going to use, I think, in my opinion.
All this.
I think she's realizing that this is not worth $1 million. But I do have a fake $1 million bill, and I one day will send it to her. Just not yet.
That's awesome.
I know, I carry it around in my wallet.
Look, I know this might not mean a lot to y'all, but she told me the other day that Lori is always cold. And my sister, she's so tiny and she's always cold. And I can't even get in the damn car with her. I'm always sweating because I have this sweating disease. Yeah, it's like hyperhidrosis or whatever. And she's like, I'm so cold. But you can't change the temperature in jail or hell.
And
so, yeah,
the geographic
it's
location
cold there too,
is Idaho. It's already snowed right now. It snowed a couple.
Funny.
We were evacuated for the hurricane right here, and we talked about it, and we got a alert from East Idaho News saying that there was snow, and and we were like, dying.
We're just glad she's freezing.
And so my mom did actually. She was like. I said something. I was like, oh, she's going to be... Oh, because I would go... Part of my, I guess, self-therapy through all this was I had a burn barrel. And I would I would light it at night, after my kids went to bed. It was my time to just kind of be by myself with my own thoughts.
It's awesome.
And I would even go to the store right around the corner and grab boxes. And I would break the boxes down and throw them in the fire because I didn't run out of sticks. I was like chopping them down. Now I have plenty of trees, plenty of fires. Had 4 lit last night. So, dang. I mean, but I would sit there and look into the fire and be like, boy, she sure is going to be hot. And so I told my mom that, and my mom was like, no, not her. She said, she's always freaking cold. And so I started thinking, I was like, oh, and she's in Idaho. And I was like, it's cold. So I find pleasure knowing that she's always got to cover up that $1 million body.
No doubt.
Because she's cold.
But what was she really like? Because I asked you this before, and you were like, she really was?
She was like a super freak. she'd like go walking, hiking like 2 or 3 times a day. Either that, or maybe she was burning off the
burner phone.
But I mean, this is when I first met her back in 2004. Wait, Ashlynn was just born 2005. You know, but I mean, she was. I guess now I look back and I'm like, she was fake as that $1 million bill I have in my wallet.
If she'd leave y'all that much, it was so she could go away and be like, I can be my damn ugly self.
She wanted to isolate. And if you think about it from a narcissistic person, or whatever, a screwed up person perspective, you know, she just had to keep Charles, you know, isolated from his family, in order to control him, you know, and so it worked.
It worked well. He was
smitten
to the end.
her.
He was like,
her.
I love her. I love my family. I don't want to lose my family. And I was like, oh my God. And your mom, I'll never forget. She said he gave her the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Even when she came back at the last minute. But thank
that
God,
was just to seal the deal. And exactly.
Ugh.
It's like these things, you know, how the police failed him, how I have children all over my face.
It's happening at the same time. Maybe they're here. Like, that would be great.
It's all, I mean, even from JJ's birth, that kid wasn't supposed to live, really.
Oh, really?
I mean, no.
He was still like 2 pounds or something.
He was
crazy,
like 2 pounds 18 ounces. 2 pounds something. 2 pounds 8 ounces. I've got pictures of him in the NICU with wires and coming out of him, and I mean, we really just it was dismal, you know. But Canaan, the name Canaan means warrior.
It's from the land of Canaan in the Bible. Yeah,
and
I love that name.
He came in this world fighting, and I just know, you know, from being cut from the same cloth.
It's hot as hell, y'all, here, and I'm goosebumping, and I'm always hot, so this is crazy.
I'm cut from the same cloth as my nephew, and I know I'm a fighter too. I mean, you just fight to put one foot in front of the other, a lot of times, and just survive, and just take the breath, take the next breath, and you know.
When y'all found out,
I know he fought
what happened
going out. I know he did.
I do too.
I feel like there's all kinds of stuff.
There has to be. He was a big boy for 7.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, but he had like
a lot of hair too.
Age of like a 3 to 4. So did my brother. My brother had his first haircut when he was 6 weeks old.
Oh my God!
I swear. So
does he look like either one of them?
He looks like both of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Both of them, Mandy and Todd. I mean, as he, like right now in the latter part before he died, he was looking more like Mandy. You know, how they just kind of change a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Ashlynn looked like her dad forever, and then now she's like,
she
oh my
looked
God,
like
I look
me,
like
and
you.
now she's starting to look like her papa. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So did they see him when he would come home and stuff?
Oh, well, like that reunion.
Birth parents?
No, not Mandy, no.
That must have killed them, though, to let him go like that.
They didn't really have a choice in it. I mean, they did because, you know, CPS stepped in and you know, I guess stripped the rights of the mother. I don't want to talk about her business, but, you know, it's kind of how it happened. Basically lost rights, and then you have a chance to fight, you know, redeem yourself with CPS, but it can be rather difficult.
I know.
Now, I really don't know about their journey with that. I just know that
but your mom went home with
I was totally against that. I was totally against him being adopted.
Away from your mother? Yeah.
I actually stopped talking to my mom for a little bit because I was so pissed off. I was like, why can't we all just, you know, and I get it, okay? You have to learn how to be selfless. And not think about yourself. Yeah. You have to think about what's best for the child. And y'all, I don't care who says this. Well, I'd have done it. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Oh my God, right? We shoulda, woulda, coulda wrote a book. About all the woulda, shoulda, couldas.
If we coulda gone back and shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It wouldn't be life then.
No.
You know, it would just be correction. And,
God.
You know, so apparently this was the journey that we were all to take. This is part of God's plan.
Is it something that Kay and Charles got together and talked about, or is it something one of them wanted? Or
I don't know. Let's see. I want to say, I don't know for sure, but from what I gathered from it, you know, it was something that they were interested in. You know, they wanted to, and then you know, my mom and Larry, they just wanted to be grandparents. You know, not only that, but they were
not to start over again.
A lot of stories they were saying that they couldn't take care of him. Yes, they had the means to take care of him. However, they're older. My stepdad is like 70, you know, 72. I'm sorry, Larry.
You don't look it.
No, not at all.
And we love you.
I run behind. I'm like, let me help you, and then I'm like literally running, and he's way ahead of me.
I could see that.
Good gosh. So, but you know, they were also had that business. I consider that to be another sibling because I lost my parents 20 years ago to coastal crew change.
Oh gosh.
You know, I mean, it was an offshore transportation company. I mean, we catered to the offshore crewmen, and I mean, that's a 24/7 business, especially with hurricanes. This was my first time evacuating with my mom during a hurricane, and I was like, "Who are you?" Because she was like, "Come to the grocery store with me," and she was like, "We need this and that." I'm like, "Who are you?" Because I never evac'd with my mom, you know.
I would not. And I want to do that with my mom. I love you, Mom, but wow.
She came outside when it was blowing over here, and she was like, "You need to come in the house." I was like, "You gonna make me?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Trust me, I will be in there as soon as I feel any kind of fear." Right now, it feels really good, and I'm not cooped up with everybody. So.
I bet it felt great out here.
But you know, I forget where I was going. I do that a lot.
Me too. And I interrupt you a lot. So sorry.
Where were we at, guys?
Talking about how. Charles and her were talking about adopting, and I mean,
I guess it just was kind of a.
Well, Charles is a lot younger than your mother, right? No,
my mom's third to last.
Oh my goodness.
He died when he was what, 60?
Are you serious?
My mom will be 60
he looked good.
in January.
He looked good. Well, I guess they thought, you know, Lori's younger. I mean, we have other children. He just
cared for his. My mom used to always pick on me, and probably still does, and I'm okay with that. But she would, you know, when you're driving, you know, my rearview mirror is always pointed down at myself. I don't know, I just do it. And she's like, "Why do you do that?" And I'm like, "Because I have two mirrors already. I can see
that
what's going on.
Me.
That's for me. What if I have a booger or something, or what if I just want? I don't know." She was like, "You're vain, just like your Uncle Charles." So he was kind of a vain guy, not confidence and cockiness, two different things, you know. Mm-hmm. He wasn't conceited. He just really cared for himself, and Lori was also a health nut, which is kind of crazy for her to say, you know, JJ Burger King fries that morning. Yeah. For Charles to go get him some Burger King fries. I mean, why would you feed your kid, if you're a health nut, why would you want your autistic son
to have more sugar,
to have bad it just anyways, things that make you go
yep.
And there's lots of these
because she made up so many stories. It's like when she said Charles and Adam were trying to kill her for her insurance money for 5 kids. I'm like, for one thing, you don't have 5, and right? You had them on the weekends every now and
Cheryl would love to know that. God, love my
my Cheryl 5 kids. What the hell ever?
Mean, what, every now and then what, whenever the court cameras were in there? I didn't know about all that. Yeah. And it does kind of hurt, you know, when you see everything come out, you know, of darkness, the dark, you know what I mean? Things that families aren't necessarily, I guess, proud to share, you know. But I mean, you also have to think, I had to kind of tell my mom this the other day, you know, I was like, I mean, I'm glad it did, because it does show, if that hadn't come out, then we wouldn't really get a bigger perspective of Lori, of how she would rather die and drive her kids off a cliff and this and that than Tylee to see her dad, you know? I mean, come on.
And she said that in a podcast I was listening to. She was like, you know, I know my kids are going to have to suffer to be redeemed or something like that. And just talking about how...
Well, don't birth them then. Just call birth control. Or
exactly.
Don't adopt.
And then how did she even get divorced so many times? I don't...
She got married just as many.
Yeah.
Well, you know, oh my gosh, you know. She did use her looks.
They were the perfect storm, though. When they came together, it was just...
I just think it was meant to be. I really do. You know, just in how things played out and how things just, you know, ran through everybody's fingers and the grand scope of it, you know, hadn't shown itself yet. And I'm still leery about what's to come out.
Me too. And I worry all the time. I'm like, how did poor Kay feel and Larry every time that they tried to contact the police? And they were like, I saw the police go over there and they're like, oh, he's a Mormon. He writes books. Bye. Nice to see you.
Well,
we'll talk later. Like the video where Lori's making up all that shit.
But we didn't know that at the time. But having to see it.
Oh, didn't.
Right.
Okay.
It came out later.
Oh, so angry. I'm like, why weren't y'all really looking for him?
I mean, it is frustrating. I really didn't know he was. I kind of knew that they had moved or whatever. But it was kind of sketchy, you know, for Uncle Charles. I knew it was murder right off the bat. I mean, I had never felt such rage, y'all. I'm like, okay, so this is anger, you know, this is anger. And I mean, I have a son, an ex-husband. I have an ex-husband who alienated me from my son's life for 6 years, and I don't hate him still. And I don't hate Lori either. I just am I'm very disappointed in her. Very disappointed in her. And I pray for her soul. That's all I can do as a human.
It bounces off of her and back to you, so that's good.
Right. I mean, I don't want that. I don't want her to even attach the Vallow name.
I know.
I'm like, AKA. Can y'all just AKA change it real quick?
And see, I know, and even in court, it's so funny. They're like, "What do you want us to call you?" And then they always go back to Vallow.
I know, and I like it because it digs at her. I mean, I get it, you know.
I'm hoping though that it comes that the only way it was meant to be is because maybe this is going to make a huge change in the LDS cults and Mormon cults and whatever.
Why hasn't the church come forward and defended themselves and detached themselves from them? That's what I want to know. Hi, Mormon Church. How come you have not made a statement, you know, where you don't want any connection with these people? So that leads me to believe, and I'm sure like everybody else, or a lot of people, which I don't care, just be real. That's all I ever ask for from anybody. I'll be real if you be real.
They can't be. There's too many secrets.
So it's like an underlying... we frown upon it, but we allow it. Yeah. You know, that's like saying, okay, well, we frown upon Joseph Smith, but we allow it. Mm-hmm. You know, mm-hmm. I mean, I that's really not a good analogy, but
it's like the Scientologists, like Matthew Decker, official, just said, "Oh, hey, Matthew, I love you. Y'all should listen to his music. I love him. Ooh. He's awesome."
What kind of music?
Yeah, he's got he has got, like, you go to his site and he's so beautiful. He's got this little bitty body and blonde hair, and then he opens his mouth and it's like this like jazzy deep voice. If I could get him into New Orleans, if I just knew somebody, he would work so good there.
Uncle Charles was actually helping this musician
really
along the way.
Did he sing?
I forget his name. I don't really know the backstory on that. So I just had a little whim. There's a lot of them, you know. I mean, it's so hard to stay in a chronological order in this story because everything happened at once. It was blow after blow after blow. You couldn't even get your senses back before the next would come, really? You know. And I still wait. You know, I'm like, okay, so what else? You know, what else?
I bet your mom was like on the ground half the time, just having to be picked up. I can't imagine what they went through, what y'all all went through watching it.
Yeah, there's more than.
And then you hear all this on TV.
And Larry, there's all these other brothers and sisters, and you know, and then my brother and Mandy and my brother, you know, the Trahans, my stepdad, you know, Dennis. That's JJ's grandfather too. really, you know.
So you lost him a couple of times, actually.
My brother lost his son twice. Now, I used to be able to relate with Todd a lot because, you know, I was estranged from my son for 6 years until he turned 18. At the same time, and I
very similar.
I didn't feel. I wouldn't allow myself to feel for 6 years, and that's not good. You know,
I know what you're talking about.
Repression, suppression. I mean, if I cried, I would just look up and I would just let them soak back in because I just wouldn't allow it. But I was very addicted to music and work, and that's when I became a size 2. Now you add 20 to that. But whatever, you know. I mean, it's just how I had to deal with it. But I could relate with my brother in some sense, you know, because both of our children were alive, but we didn't know what they smelled like or felt or
I know what
acted
that's like. I do. There's nothing worse. You can't be lower.
No.
You cannot.
I mean, so
be lower
Todd and Mandy
life.
have beat. Nobody can touch them because, I mean, we're our own worst critics, you know, and so.
You think just because somebody
but
was on drugs that they don't have any feelings or anything.
I mean, maybe they're on drugs because of whatever, you know?
Exactly. Because of this, it got worse.
Same reason as workaholics and things like that. Or like Lori being a fitness freak, you know?
I had no
obsession with something.
She was like that.
And so...
That's so she could go away and not have to fake it so
much
long.
Energy. She was just like, I was like, now I look back, I'm like, was she on something?
Just a bouncy, happy,
and
fake
just
person.
too happy. Mm-hmm. Like, do you ever have a bad day? You know, but she was
all
just
fake.
Good at that because they lived, you know, a couple states over, and you know, I didn't go visit very much. You know, I've been on a plane twice. I went to Tennessee the first time, and then the second time, me and my mom went to Las Vegas, and guess who we ran into?
Who? Lori
and Charles.
No.
Isn't that's
crazy?
I look back, one of my memories.
Is that when they got married at the little chapel?
No. No. Look, I'm like, no, I don't know.
I don't think so.
It was after that. But I actually have a picture. It came up in my Google memory, or photo, whatever, Google memories.
Wow.
And it was on August 3rd, and I was like, there was something that happened. Oh, Chad's preliminary. And I was like, oh. And it was a picture. I took a selfie, and Lori was like,
"Did you
doing like that?" You know, and I was like, "Oh, bitch."
I love it.
Just saying. But I mean, that's the picture. I'm dressed in blue, a bright blue, and my Uncle Charles' eyes look like that whenever we took the picture. But it's just that's a picture that we have together.
That's crazy.
The only other pictures I have are like at him and my Aunt Cheryl's wedding. I love Aunt Cheryl.
Is she the beautiful blonde model or whatever?
That was Kimberly. I was a flower girl in that wedding, and we'll just leave that alone. Beauty's only skin deep. We'll go as far as I'll go with that because she wasn't. That was just a whatever. Hey, look at me.
First wedding fluke.
Well, no, and then he died, and so she's like, look at me.
Oh, exactly.
Attention whore.
Never left
I'm not
him.
he
that.
Wouldn't
be dead.
Okay, I'm glad you talked over me. I'm sorry, but attention seeking. It seemed like because we haven't heard from her.
That's like Lori.
They didn't share any children or anything like that. So
I just thought
it to me it speaks bounds. It speaks volume. Whenever your ex-wife, who you had a horrible child custody battle with, went to bat for him.
Is JJ's aunt. Yes, Shani. I'm sorry. I didn't look because we had all this buffering
I can't
stuff
see
going
that
on.
far.
And I'm cloudy. I'm losing my sight right now at this age. It's terrible. The church has made one statement.
And it wasn't very...
Basically to don't talk to these people.
Yeah.
We will have nothing to do with this. And you know what? Chad's sister-in-law is the stake... I assume it's a president of that little bitty area of that church.
I don't even know.
And she sent out a long-ass letter about... I can't believe I never saw this in him. And blah, blah. Like, she's just raising herself up like this. Who? Like, we're so great. Chad's sister-in-law is the
Heather.
stake.
My mom and Larry have met Heather and them, so I really don't know, and I'm okay with that.
I didn't care for the letter, though. I thought it was really...
Don't
act like you didn't know this shit was
going on. It's not on one side of the fence or the other. Mm-hmm. And I mean, again, it doesn't matter, really, because truth will come to light. Whether we sit here and saw logs until... all this is over and behind us, and I can't wait for that day.
And I guess because there's stuff that, like, we're like, where's Tammy's stuff? Where is all this stuff we want to see?
The FBI.
They're saving it for the trial. I guess we can't see it yet, because it's going to be introduced. I just hope Lori has to get a big old poster size of it in her face. And I hope she has a meltdown.
I hope she loses her sight and don't see shit.
Yeah. I can't see, I'm blind.
Just kidding.
From all the evil.
I just... you reap what you sow.
You're welcome,
I'm a firm believer in that.
Oh, hell
you reap what you sow, and so I'm okay.
Karma's coming for you, Lori. I promise.
Whether it does, hey,
your husband already doesn't want to sit with you in court. Do you not know why? Because he's going to throw your ass under the bus with Alex.
Yeah, I saw a GIF the other day. I forget where I saw it, and it was Mark Means. Somebody had made it up, allegedly. It was a meme or whatever, a GIF of Mark Means, and it was like, please stand up, and I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. And Nora Jasmine,
oh, I love her.
She did this one intro of Chad and John Pryor walking into the courtroom. It was like, dun 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 dun.
I'm so sorry for your loss and pain. I hope your family finds some peace. That's very sweet.
This helps.
See, that's what I'm hoping. I just hope more than anything that you can start talking about it and feel a release, because when I heard that nobody was talking about it, I was like, this must be
my family,
hard.
It's like, I guess they don't want, I don't know. Maybe we're weird like that.
Everybody deals with it differently.
And
they don't want to face it or talk about it right now.
Or
it's not even
maybe
over.
When they want to talk about it, I'm not ready for it. It's big. This thing is massive. And then I even kind of, I've researched the shit out of this.
You should see her notebooks over here.
That's just.
I thought I had some notebooks.
I had to stop because I had to go to bed.
Well, I ran out of the ink, and my husband won't buy me anymore because it's so expensive.
I got you, boo. I got you.
So I'm like, but I need to print all this. So now I'm writing everything, and I'm not kidding.
I retain it more when I write it, but I just one day want to, just to be able to. I'm not organized at all.
Me either.
But like this poem right here from Brandon Boudreaux about JJ for his birthday, it's touching, and I always feel JJ.
How do I know Brandon Boudreaux? How do I know that name?
Brandon Boudreaux? That was Melanie Boudreaux's husband. Boudreaux.
I'm like, Thibodeau and Boudreaux. We got some jokes on them, but
when I met Brandon, I was like, you have to be a Kunas,
Oh, and he's not, is he? He's a Boudreaux, though.
Dropped it, though. He backed up.
Where did he come from as a Boudreaux?
I don't know. But, I mean, there's like that... America's Funniest Videos, like that guy, the host, he's Bergeron.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
So I mean,
yep,
different.
And I knew how to say his name.
There's a Cara Vallow that's a writer for Family Guy, I think. And I'm like, I wonder if she probably don't want to be related to us now. Zombie.
Not them.
Damn zombies. Oh, shit. But yeah,
read it. I haven't heard it.
Brandon Boudreaux had wrote this.
We love Brandon.
For JJ for his birthday when they were still missing, May 25th. And it's a while ago I met a boy. He couldn't walk or talk, and he developed slower than the others on his block. He had to learn things differently. Talking did not come fast, but there was something we all knew. His energy would last. That it would. Some days I wish I could go back and watch as they all play. I'd relish as he ran around, not knowing to obey. Perhaps I'd stress a little less that he would run away, focusing instead on how he ran. No care would slow his day. It wouldn't. He'd say something a few more times than any child should. Who knew one day that he'd become the boy that I'd hope could unite us all across the globe, a passion you'd ignite. And make us stand up one by one on your behalf. We'd fight. So know you're loved. So know you're loved. We miss you both. Of course, we hope to show. So many of us couldn't help the things we didn't know. But we're here now, and we won't quit. We'll demand what is right. We'll search and ask and look for you. Work day and night.
So, wow.
Yeah. And
he's sentimental.
Like that's it. That's the undertone of this. And like my family was murdered, and I'm going to use my voice to get them justice. because they deserve it. We deserve it. I mean,
I'm
a victim too, and I'm just like, it really does screw with your family. It screws with your mind. It screws with your existence. You know, this is just wow. You know, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Truth
so
speaks louder
screwed
than
up.
words. Angels fly higher than birds.
I couldn't breathe again. I couldn't breathe. It's like
I hope a weight is lifted off of you on your way home today, and I hope you can't sleep tonight. I hope you're just so...
Right?
Got you a oomph.
I do.
Because I feel like we have all gotten so emotionally involved in this. I cannot imagine how y'all feel.
But that's what's cool. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, because I don't wish this on nobody. Nobody. My best friend, she's like, well, I don't know what to say. I'm like, you just need to shh and let me talk. But she don't know how. We don't. So, I mean, I haven't even been able to talk to my best friend of 32 years. You know how hard that is? I mean, I can kind of tell her about it, but she just, you know.
She wants to fix it for you like me.
I guess, probably. You know, and I don't want her to know, too. So it's me trying to protect her from it because this is just effed up. I don't want nobody to ever experience this. And I feel so bad for those who have, you know, had someone murder someone in their family. It's different than death. Death is just something that, you know,
ends, I guess.
And I mean, I can come to terms with it. You know, usually there's a unplanned death, normal, natural death, and then, you know, I don't know how many funerals I attended growing up, and it was like a family reunion, really, for us kids because, you know, we run around the funeral home. Didn't know
nobody was murdered,
but right, it was just death. It was a grandfather or a great uncle or something, you know, and but this is different.
Are y'all going to get JJ back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I hope that I don't know where Colby is on this. You know, I haven't had a chance to talk to him, and you know, I kind of leave that up to my parents to deal with him. You know, but I love you, Colby, and I'm really sorry that you're having to go through all this, but we are here. You know, I'm here.
She's going to be here a lot. Like, we're hoping that this will be a thing, and I'm hoping that anybody who's going through this can talk to her because I can't know how you feel.
I don't want you to.
And I bet it'll help her and you. And I'm seeing so many comments. We've never done this before, so I'm just now seeing the comments, and she's going to go back and read all of them tonight.
If you need anything, you don't be afraid to ask, too.
Yeah.
I like to help people, too.
Shanny Scott and Matthew Decker. She loves to talk, and she has so much to talk about. When she got here, she was so nervous. It broke my heart because she didn't even know where to start. So I said, just start talking. She probably has a ton more to say, but we've got to go because I have to try to get home and get my son off the bus today. But I have enjoyed this so much.
It was worth it. It's worth it.
But let me tell you, when it's time, we're going to get together and do the spirit box things together.
For those that are interested in that.
Yeah, but for now, I just want her to be able to have an outlet. She's been wanting to, and she didn't know how to get started, and then I feel blessed to have her with me. So,
you know, picked apart either.
Yeah,
because I don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
Heck no. She doesn't even know how to deal with this.
I don't know what. Yeah, it's hard.
And there's more to come.
Like say woulda, shoulda, coulda.
I was thinking this is over, but it's not. It's just begun.
I'm
still teeter-tottering.
I looked in the journal last night and I saw we're still on the upside of this roller coaster. You know, we're not even coming down yet. And even though I thought I was prepared for the deaths of Tylee and JJ, truth is I was not prepared whenever it came out in court. You know, the red pajamas, that really screws with my head. And just hearing about Tylee, just hearing it, it formulated and it exists. And it just made it real. And then watching my parents. Just right behind, you know, Chad, you know.
I don't have your mom. Even
how they contain themselves, you know. You just have to be better.
They did a good job.
I was raised that way. We were raised that way. You turn the other cheek. Oh my God. You know? That's why my cheeks.
That's how good
That's why my
Charles
cheeks
was.
are big.
Yeah.
I get hit a
Yep.
lot.
They've been hit a lot.
That Indian in me.
Oh, God.
But you know, thank y'all for the support. And I mean, I just want to use the platform that my family was murdered for to help others, to make changes, to raise awareness for battered men, women too. I mean, it's not just women that get battered. It's not just children that get battered. And you know, it's everywhere. Evil is everywhere. And it's time for this shit to stop.
Tylee did not have to. She could have stayed back. But she said, I have got to protect JJ. Because she was already, I don't know what you call it, when you're excommunicating from your mom. She had already begun.
Yes.
And she just had another month or so.
Lived with Colby.
She was living on a mattress in that house by herself, I think.
Right. Did y'all
her
see
mom
that?
Was like,
did y'all
yes.
see in that house though?
Yep.
This is what I need to find out.
Her
I did
mom
call
was
the
just
realtor
like, stay
one
in.
day.
I'm not going to fund you, but she didn't need to. She had money.
I called the realtor one day of the house where my uncle was murdered, and the room they did not show on the body cam was JJ's room, and it was painted like freaking Yellowstone. I shit you not. I'm sorry. I need to stop cursing.
Now somebody, Donna had even said something was on the wall, and I thought it was the blanket, but it was Yellowstone.
That was another, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to know because Lori had just moved in. Hi, neighbors. 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
So, I want to know if that mural was already there or what. So, I need to contact that.
Dang.
He was going to do a walkthrough with me that day, but we missed each other, and that was, I slept since then. So, I'm very ADD and just on to the next thing.
Both of us,
on to the next and on to the next. So,
I start something and forget to even finish it, but.
So we just have to raise awareness, and you know, the love does. I'm gonna quote Uncle Charles: "Love always wins," and I'm gonna be an advocate for that because it does. It does. I mean,
they want this to be justice too. I know they do. I know that they're watching and they're like, we've got to have justice here and there. We have to see it here. I can't go on if I don't see some justice here, and that's the truth. I want to see it here,
and it will.
too.
We just have to be patient. Slow and steady wins the race. I don't want them to botch up any investigative work. I praise the law enforcement, you know, for doing everything. I mean, I know it takes a toll on them, you know, just when they were singing in
try
court,
not to be too.
Gives me
I know
goosebumps. You know, I had an uncle that was a DEA agent, so I mean, it does take a toll on you. So, you know, I just appreciate everything. And without my family pushing this, you know, because it didn't cost money. It was like a freak force of nature. And we just I got banned off Facebook because I was sharing too much with all my,
no way.
You know, all my arts and crafts stuff I'd sell, and I was listed on those sites, and I just push, and I was like, well, that was my first time.
I know somebody else that just got pushed off of Facebook for that.
I mean, I didn't care.
She got another site up in 5 minutes. She was like, let's go.
I'm not that fast.
I'm
like, what do I do? I walk in a circle.
What about you, Gracie, if you're watching?
So,
well, this was awesome.
It's all because of y'all. That's how this story made national and worldwide news. And thank God for that. Thank God for y'all, and thank God for y'all to help me watch, you know, the YouTube creators and stuff like that. I have just, you know, I've grieved with you guys through this. Y'all have helped me, you know, and I appreciate everything you do. It's time, it's effort, it's energy, and it's love. Love always wins.
And Matthew, let's talk about this. See, you're somebody that could probably talk with her. She's going to go back and she's going to read all these messages today, so don't y'all worry. I'm sure it's going to it's going to lift her higher, and I hope some of y'all. But we do have to go.
Yes.
Thank y'all for coming, and I'm so glad you showed up.
Right?
We're going to do this again. So what do I do, Aubrey?
All right.
End stream?
Okay. Well, bye.
Yeah, hopefully this really did
bye,
record.
Neighbors. I'm just picturing.
Yeah. Bye, neighbors.
Bye, neighbors.
Bye, guys.
We're going to have a pool party.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
No problem in this.